Your boy Brent is back again. Hey, if you like the channel, like and subscribe. I need your support. I'm just getting going. So let's get into this. I'm tired of watching these women come on these podcasts saying they're a 10. They're all, I'm a 10, I'm a 10 this way, I'm a 10. How was this like? I'm just like, come on, man. A 10? A whole 10? All right. I think there's a lot of confusion on what a 10 is and what we're talking about here. So let's define a couple things. Let's set some ground rules. Okay, let's talk about sexual market value. All right, that is your value on the shelf for dating. It's your dating value. How will you do in the open market? Okay, meaning that if they put you on the shelf and they put a, you're in the you have a price tag on you. What would that price tag look like? Would you be a 1? Would you be a 10? Would you be an 8? Would you be a 6? What is that value? It's not the value that you are as a person. It's pretty much based on your looks and your status. Okay, um, what where you are in your life, your age, your beauty, and that's the criteria, of the the rating. All right. For example, what do men see you as? Okay, and what your number is, and what women see the men as. What's their number? Okay, now. Okay, proof watching the video, I forgot something. So men and women's the things that they want are different because men and women are not the same. So the woman places more emphasis on the man's more ability to provide, so his financial status and his potential for financial, and men place more emphasis on a woman's youth and beauty. So just before I get torn up in the comments, just to know that the scales are different. This video is addressing how women see themselves and how men see the women. Okay, so just all right, back to it. Everybody's entitled to what they think their number is, but the market actually defines that, not you. It's like you can set a price, but it doesn't really matter. It's the market that determines what your value is. All right. So, for example, my mom is 70 something years old. Okay. So, you know, on the sexual marketplace, if my mom was single, her value would be at 0.11. It's just a low value. It's not that she's not a good person, but her value in the open dating market. Okay. So, let's say a single woman with 3 children, her, her market value, that's 40, her market value would be less than a 25-year-old in her prime. It's just the way it is. It's nothing against the people. People get all in their feelings about this thing. I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I have to have confidence, I'm Lizzo. No, it's not that. I mean, have you seen 10s? Have you sat in the room with a bunch of 10s? Okay, so, but in, okay, so let's get into these clips. This one is from Pearly Things. Shout out to Pearly Things. She's doing her thing. Okay, and this woman they asked her what she thinks she is. She thinks she's a 10, and everybody's on the thing just kind of chuckling like, "Mama, you not a 10. You maybe maybe ate 10 cheeseburgers or something, but you not a 10." All right, let's get into it. Okay, let's do this. Let's freeze the frame, and we are going to rate these ladies, the ones on the couch. There's 4 ladies on the couch. Just go ahead and take a second to pretty much put a number over their head. Do it in your mind. All right, and then I'll show you what I did. Okay, so here's Brent's rating. All right, girl on the left, I give her a 5. Pretty average looking, a little overweight. She has some rolls in her stomach. She's dressed weird. She's a 5. She gets cleaned up. She can be a 6. Girl in the middle, again, a little chubby, a little extra weight. I can't really see her face, but nice hair. But I'll give her a 5. She needs to lose that weight. Girl, the next girl, I think she's pretty. Slim, lean. Those are good. Those really good things. Pretty face. Yeah, I would give her an 8. I say she could be approached by a modeling agency. She's do runway. She's slim, from what I can tell. initially just an 8. And the girl on the right also, looks to have good skin, and I would give her a 5 with a 6. She needs to drop some weight. All right, that's just me, but I'll let you guys comment in below on what you guys thought these women were. All right.
I just want to do an experiment here. Just an experiment. I want everyone to rate themselves 1 to 10.
Honestly,
yeah. To be fair.
Okay, so the general rule is you rate yourself or somebody rates you from 1 to 10, and you can't use 7. Shout out to Kevin Samuels for coming up with that equation, because everybody always wants to use a 7. We need to know, remove that 7, and we really find out where you're at. Either you're 8, 9, 10, model quality, or 6 and below. All right? So let's go there. I don't think Pearl uses that formula. She just lets them do whatever in this one. But generally, that's how you should do it.
I give myself a 5. Go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead.
I think it's time for subs.
Go ahead.
I would say like a 7.
7? Okay.
Yeah, I would say a good 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah, I'd say like an 8 because I'll put some weight on.
8? Okay.
10.
10? Okay.
10.
10? Okay.
10.
10? Okay.
Did she say 10? Did I hear that right? I think that's what she said. 10 what? Anywho, all right. So I like to get into this section, what I call roll the 10s. All right. Without further ado, let's roll it. Snap out of it. See, y'all got into the trance watching them 9s, 8, 9s, and 10s on that runway. So this is what I'm talking about. Models type women, models that'll just, you forgot where you were. You forgot what this video was about. You were just tuned in to the, okay, this is the side by side. We've got that lady in the black and the models on the right. She says she's a 10. Now, would you say that lady belongs on that stage with those models? Would you want her in your fashion show? Come on, let's just call a spade a spade. She's pretty, she's cute, but she's not a model. Okay, let's dig into the word delusion. We often skim over it, and I just want everybody to understand what it is. Okay, an idiosyncratic belief of impression that is firmly maintained despite being contradicted by what is generally accepted or as reality, or a rational argument. For example, if I said, the sky is red, and I keep saying it and I believe it and I want you to believe it, I am delusional because everybody knows the sky is not red. It's blue or white or whatever the sun, but it's not red. We know that for sure. So I am delusional. If I keep saying I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, and 100 people in the room say, you're not a 10, you're a 6, but I keep wanting you to believe that I'm a 10, I'm delusional. It's not a fact, but it's a consensus, a general reality in a rational argument. Okay, so. All right, so I lived in Miami 20 years. I dibbled and dabbled in acting and modeling. Okay, so I used to go on casting calls. I did some reality shows. I did my thing. All right, I did some photo shoots, and I kind of stumbled into it. All right, I was taking my then girlfriend, she was a model, taking her to an audition, and the photographer said, "Are you the male model?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm just the ride, right? I'm just here for the ride. I don't really get into that." And he was like, "Hey, I think you have great cheekbones, and I think you'd be great on camera, and I would like to shoot you." And I was kind of taken aback. I was just like, what's going on? We'll see. And I talked to my my girl afterwards, and she was like, you know what, he's a professional, and that's how it is, and it's not anything wrong with that. You should do it. And so thus my miniature modeling career began. Anyhow, I digress. So, I mean, I've been in the room with tens. I've been on these tens, nines, and eights, these casting calls where there's 50 girls in there, auditioning for a couple spots, and they're all beautiful, they're all young, and they look great. Okay, there's no, there's no fours in there, there's no threes, there's nobody overweight in a casting call for a beautiful woman. I just didn't see that. I've been on many casting calls and I didn't see that. So the barometer to be a 8, 9, and 10, which is the top, the top girls, you have to be some kind of model or been asked about modeling, or you could probably make money off of your looks. And I'm not talking about, twerking on Instagram. I'm talking about a model, like for real, okay? And, but there's nothing wrong with being a 6, a 5. Those are average. That's good. Those are cute. That's beautiful. I mean, but when women just start saying that are 8 and 9 and 10, all in their feelings, I want to be confident, I want to be this and that. I get it, confident. Let me give you another example. Let's say confidence. All right. So I'm confident that I could play in the NBA. All right. I'm very confident I can do that. But what's the reality of it? I am 5'9", and I am too short for the NBA, but I'm confident I can do it. So my delusion that I should play in the NBA, it's my delusion, but should I get upset? I can be confident all I want, and I'm entitled to do that. But when I get mad at everybody else for saying that, making everybody else say that I should be in the NBA too, and having a problem that they're not saying it, that's when it becomes a problem. If I'm allowed to be delusional, but when I want other people to support my delusion, that's when it becomes a problem. All right. So I saw a couple clips of this girl that was clearly not a 10. Okay. And I'm yelling at the TV like, oh my God, I see guys in the background like, holding their head like, this woman, like she's just on this body positive. I want to be confident, all this, that, and the third. And no, you're just not a 10. You're not a 9. You're not an 8. You're maybe a 5, but there's nothing wrong with being a 5, 5, 6. That's cute. You're good. You gotta, it's okay for you to believe what you are, but the rating is your sexual market value, what you are on the shelf. Okay, who's gonna buy you at a 5? Nobody's buying you at the 5 when there's other things on the shelves that have more value than you. I mean, and don't get me wrong. It's the 1 to 10 scale gets you in the door. Okay, that is your sexual market value. That there's a lot that comes after that: personality, laughter, the person's funny, but that is what gets you in the door. That gets you qualified. That is your resume on paper. Okay, I'm 5 foot this. I live here. That's your stats. That's your resume. That's your your baseball card. You turn it over. Those are your stats, and that's the person judges your sexual market value on. Now, once you go for the interview, aka dating, that's when you can dig into it. What's behind that? You don't get the job just based off your resume. You've got to go talk to your employer. You've got to make sure it's a good fit for the job. Okay, so that's what you got to do. So don't get offended if you're a 6 or 5, and that's what you are. Love it, embrace it. Okay, and don't just be yelling out that you're a 10 and expect everybody to co-sign that. All right, bringing this all home. The point of the story is this: being confident is a good thing. Live your best life. Be happy. Feel good about yourself. But don't live in delusion. If you feel that you're a 10 and the other 1,000 people around room believe that you're a 6, it's a consensus. So most likely you're a 6. That's important. I mean, you've got to know where you are. I think it's important for you to know where you are in the sexual marketplace. Because you are what you attract. If you're a 6, you're going to attract 6. If you're a 5, you're going to attract 5s. Okay. What the imbalance is when women are 4 or 5 think that, oh, the guy that's 9 or 10 that I was dating broke my heart. He really wasn't dating you. He was just filling time. Okay. Because, that's what guys do. Don't get it twisted. All right. Know where you are. Know what your up and down is. We're not saying date a 1, but you got to know where you are. I mean, live your truth. Don't compare yourself to the model on stage that's beautiful and, like everybody stops paying attention to everything and you don't have that same reaction. So you're in delusion if you think both of you walk into the room and they're going to be looking at you first. That's not how it works. Okay. So I showed you the comparison. The woman on Pearly Things was way off base with where she was rating herself. And she was like, I'm a 10. And she was 100% delusional. Don't be delusional. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for listening to my 2 cents. I know I got some things wrong. Let me know. Put some comments in the comment sections, feedback. Let me know what I got right. Let me know what I got wrong. Let me know what you agree with and you disagree with. All right. Catch me on the next one. And thanks for tuning in.